I'm gonna share something with you agency owners out there in the insurance world today that you don't know is even happening. I have a couple hundred active members in my higher ticket coaching programs, and all of their complaints are always about their uplines.
My agency owner does this, my agency owner wants me to show up to these calls that I hate, my agency owner wants me to keep buying these leads, but they're not.
They hate you. Even if they act nice around you, these people, they'll come in my programs and they'll bitch about you all day long. Why? Because you are telling them to trade their time for money. You are telling them to effectively become a slave by buying leads in order to make yourself look good to your upline or your agency. Or it's no different than a teacher who sends kids home with homework that should be schoolwork and cuts into their parents' family lives because they spend time doing homework because that teacher doesn't want to admit that she wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars on a worthless fucking college degree. It's stupid. It's cognitive bias. But I want to show you something that can make your agents fall in love with you and stop leaving you and actually start writing policies. You need a one-to-many selling system. Here's the problem. Look at what most agents are doing in this industry. They come in, they get all excited because you sold them on a pipe dream and some fake Ferrari they're never going to be able to afford buying leads. And they come in and they spend $1K a week on leads. Week. So here's the problem. They're spending, let's just do the hour calculation. The average agent does what? Jack shit. They'll come in here, they'll spend $1,000 on leads a week. So they're spending $4K a month, but here's the thing. They'll get 100 leads and they'll spend all week. They'll spend 5 to 6 hours a day dialing. So 30 hours dialing. They might talk to 10, 20 people. There's an extra 5 hours, so we're at 35 hours a week now. They'll book like 10, 15 appointments. They'll run those, only 10 will show up. So that's an extra 10 hours for sales calls. So now at 45 hours a week, they might close a couple because their sales skills are because most of the training out there from IMOs is,
well, if you read from this script, you can expect.
That's gay. It doesn't work for 99% of agents. This cookie cutter approach is what gets most people cookie cutter results of not jack shit. So they'll come over here, they'll work 60, 70 hours a week. Let's just say the average agent works 65 hours a week, and we're not even including fuck off and scrolling and poop time. It's like 80 hours a week of unproductive bullshit. It doesn't pay them very much. Let's just be conservative and say 60 hours a week of work. And they might make a couple sales. Let's just say they're doing $6,000 to $7,000 at submit, 5,000 goes through. They just traded majority of their time at a 70% comp for some bullshit. They're making just enough to pay their bills. They're making $3,000 a month, working 60, 120, 200, and 240 hours a month. That was more than they worked at the job they hated and they left to come work underneath you. Now they're bitching to me in my programs. My upline. I wish they'd just shut the hell up. So let's do this. Average agent, let's say they take home $3,500 a month, divided by 240. They're making $15 an hour, almost. Not even $14.58 an hour. Oh my God. They're broke, they're poor. If you were making this, would you be happy with your upline? Would you think it was a great decision that you came over here and got a fucking insurance license? Probably not, and that's why most people after 1 month, they're out of the business. They just quit. They quit showing up to calls. They start wasting money on all this dumb shit. They resort to drugs. Their wives leave them. Their husbands cheat on them. It's fucking wild, wild west out here in insurance. But you have the power to stop it. You have the power to build an unrecruitable sales team, an unrecruitable agency, and turn your agency into a real business with one-to-many sales system. Here's the thing. We stop making them spend money on leads. They can maybe help you contribute towards ad spend if you're still a relatively smaller agency. Let's just say if you have 100 agents and you have 20 active writers, but really only 4 or 5 of them are doing the majority of the heavy lifting just due to Pareto's principle, 80-20 rule. 80% of your results will come from 20% of the people doing it, like in your organization. So 5 people out of those 25 active writers, 4 people out of those 20 are doing majority, 80% of your volume. That sounds about right? Now I bet you're part of that 4 or 5%, because the moment you quit writing, the moment they quit writing, the moment you quit making fucking money in overrides, that's a terrible system. You're doomed. You've become a slave to the thing you built to give you prosperity and time freedom. If you're an agency owner, You're probably worried, like, I'm not gonna be able to go to all the beautiful places I want to on my bucket list before I die. It's like, I'm scared because the moment I quit working, I quit getting paid. That's the problem. You are still in a business that you are trading time for money, and all of your agents are as well. And here's the problem. They're trading their time for $15 an hour, so they feel unheard, unvalued, unimportant, and they never get where they want to in fucking life, and they blame you for that. Even though it's not really your fault, it's theirs as well. It's 50-50. Here's the thing. I have built something that will get you to the fucking promised land, to prosperity. If you listen, we can do a one-to-many sales system. We can build one thing, one time that will work for you forever. You spend that $1,000 a week on ads, you drive them to a webinar, you sell the webinar one time, you automate it, and you keep driving traffic to it each week. And the more money you spend on ads, the better your one-to-many presentation is on the webinar, or the masterclass as I like to call it, the more sales you will make, the bigger you will grow your email list, and you will build a real business. You have the potential to do insane things with this. If you're adding 100, 200 leads a week to your email list, you are adding $100 to $200 a month minimum to your revenue. Every email you collect is $1 per month. Mason, how fast can I get to 100,000 emails? I did it in less than a year. For most of you agency owners out there, you probably had more money than me when I started. Maybe you don't. Listen, you might not come from a rich family, but a rich family can come from you. So if you were one of those kids who grew up like me, having to share fucking plates and forks, and you wanted to jump in the bath first because 4 other people had to jump in after you, and you wanted the water to be hot, not swimming in fucking your sister's dead skin that she had just like scrubbed off because she was playing outside and she was dirty, or your little brother, you might not come from a rich family, but a rich family can come from you. So if you're worried about going to vacation, I'll solve all that for you with this. I'm hosting a free training here soon for a one-to-many masterclass for you agency owners. I'll show you how to automate everything you don't want to do in your business and turn it into a McDonald's drive-thru that does at least $1 million a year. And believe it or not, for some of you, it's actually going to be easier to do $1 million a month. That went over some of you's head. You're like, Mason, that's not real. Yes, it is, because it's easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time. We all see those agency owners who brag.
I have agents doing 40 to 50K a month.
That's cool. Using my system, I have agents that can do 40 to 50K in a day. Yeah. You heard that right. How cool would that be for you to brag about that? Is that kind of like, who's got the biggest balls now? With this system, if you're an agency owner and you have 50 agents, you can outperform agencies at 500, 1,000 with this. And guess what? It's actually cheaper and more profitable. How? I'm making more money doing less? Yes, because that's how nature works. If you go look at a tree, how it grows in nature, it doesn't say, man, I'm gonna struggle. No, things in nature grow through ebbing and flowing. There's even a song. It says, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. You know what the song doesn't say? Struggle, 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 struggle down the stream. It doesn't fucking say that, all right? Row, row, row your boat gently down. It's so catchy. I don't know who came up with that, but I'd like to think that when your agents are just taking sales calls all day and closing, they're making money. And here's the thing, what you do is you add 2 zeros to their hourly rate. Now they're making $1,500 an hour. Do you think that agent's gonna leave you? Do you think they're gonna start going and wasting money on all these other training programs and leaving you for the hottest new thing and whatever this upline over at this 3-letter alphabet soup agency said over here at this IMO, where the owner is like making girls sleep with him and sign non-disclosure agreements? Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Poor me. Come fight me. This is the way, and you can do it with $1,000 of fucking ad spend a week. If you want to 10x that, just spend $2,000 a week or $4,000 a week on ads. I've already got this built out for you, so if you want the free training, click the link down below, go sign up for it, it's free. I'll show you how to put this into your business. That way your agents will stop hating you. Your agents will actually start working and delivering you overrides. Your agents will make $1,500 an hour. And guess what? You get to take 10% of that. Whatever your spread is on that. Do you want 30% of $15 an hour? Or do you want 10, 5, 10, 15, 20% of $1,500 an hour? Which one do you want? So click the link below. I'll show you how to get the system set up for free in your business. I'll meet you over there. Happy us and prosperity, and I'll see you on the next one.